Happiness is freedom. Freedom is having the choice to spend your time doing things that inspire you. Most people want freedom, but many people don't have a clear objective, a roadmap, or a strategy to achieve it. Everyone deserves to live an inspired and free life. I believe that when we're free and able to focus on our most meaningful work, we simply become better human beings. We can give more, care more, support more, and love more. I'm an investor, a trader, and an entrepreneur, and I get to spend every day doing what I love. At the age of 29 years old, I became financially free, and since then my mission has been to help and inspire other people to achieve the same so that they can be more of who they really want to be. Always Free is about having a free mind, being free to question the status quo, free to take risks, free to say no, free to say yes, free from social idealisms, opinions and beliefs, free to disobey, and free to wake up every day and spend your time to make a difference that inspires you. You can have it all. Living a life designed by you isn't a stroke of luck or a result of circumstance. It's a choice. So if you want to learn how to become free and live an inspired life, join me for the #1 show for financial empowerment and wealth creation as I share my insights, tips, strategies and advice on what allowed me to be always free. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Jason Graystone. Well, welcome back to the show, guys. Hope you had a nice week so far. Happy Thursday. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's welcome all the new guys who are listening to the show for the first time. If you're the first time listening, this is the Always Free show, and it's the #1 show for financial empowerment and wealth creation. So go and check out all the other episodes. Also check out the podcast as well. Who we got here? Chris, Sandra, Georgina, Bobby, all the usual suspects in the house. Hope you're doing well. You have to apologise. I have to apologise for my slurping every single week because I know it gets on some of your nerves, but I think some of you secretly like it as well. Andrew Birch, how you doing? Good stuff. All right, so welcome to the show. I hope many of you are making the most of Black Friday weekend deals, and I'll say a couple of things about that before I kick off today's show. And what we do in our business and what I do in my business is we a lot of Black Friday things when it comes to wealth building. A lot of the time, Black Friday, people spend money that they wouldn't normally spend. So it's actually not a saving; it's actually an expense. But of all the things that you can buy on Black Friday, one of the things that I do find holds a lot of value is softwares and subscriptions and things like that. So TradingView, Adobe, Microsoft, all these kind of subscriptions and softwares that you might use for your business actually do offer some good deals. So you get 50% off or 60% off, or you get like a 1 year, get a year free. And many of those subscription models or those software models allow you to bolt it onto your plan already as well. So it kind of just proratas and extends it out. And I recommend you guys doing that, because obviously that's what people don't understand a lot of the time is they try and bring in more income to build wealth, when in actual fact you can make savings and gain income from doing that because you've made a saving. So it's easier to save money than it is to make more money. So definitely make the most of Black Friday weekend. Speaking of Black Friday weekend, we just had our strategy session, 2-hour strategy session. This week we're doing a Black Friday offer on TOF, Tears of Freedom program, which some of you are here for the first time learning about it. And we're doing a phenomenal offer over the weekend. So if you're in the Facebook group, you'll hear all about that over the weekend. So how's everyone's week been? Everyone had a good week? Everyone had a good one? Yay, nay? Evening sunshine. Good. Look, I want to talk a little bit about, or say some words on the kind of delusion of making progress. I've been posting some videos on my social media channel, and yeah, happy Thanksgiving to everyone across the pond, by the way. Bought a course, amazing. Excellent. Good choice, good decision. Busy and productive, says Chris. Amazing. So I posted a video, and one of them was on mistaking activity for productivity. And when it comes to wealth building, going about it in an efficient manner and doing the right thing and doing it well can be the difference between literally shaving 10 years off your financial freedom journey or adding 10 years on to your financial freedom journey, or never even getting there at all. So I want to talk about making progress, because a lot of people kind of are deluded with what it actually means. So what does it mean? I happen to know, I don't know if you guys know, but I happen to know a couple of people in particular who mistake activity with progress or productivity. And there's this one person who I know tells me the same story every time I see him, and he has done for about 10 years, almost 10 years. And I met with him about 8.5 years ago, and they said that they wanted to get their finances in order. They wanted to learn to invest and learn to trade, and they were going to do all this thing. And look, I gave them my utmost support at the time, and I said I was happy for them. Of course I was happy for them. And then I met them about 5 years ago, and when I asked how it was going, they said, oh, yeah, it's okay. I'm still struggling with time. I'm watching YouTube. I'm reading books. I'm listening to podcasts, and I'm making my way there. And I thought, well, yeah, I said, that's great, but where are you at in the journey of your financial freedom? You know, of course, when I asked that question, although they've been listening to podcasts and reading books and all that kind of stuff and watching YouTube, they couldn't answer the question because they didn't have any measurable metrics. They didn't actually know what progress they'd even made. They didn't even know if they had made any progress. So about 2 years ago, 2 years ago, I met with the same person again, and they told me the same thing, same story. No time, no support. I'm still listening to podcasts, reading motivational quotes and things like that. And at that point, I had to slam them down a little bit because they needed a bit of a reality check. You know, what progress have you made? That's what I said. What progress have you made? And they couldn't answer me. They couldn't answer me. And I said to them that the results that they get are down to the actions and the priorities that they have. And our lives, our day-to-day lives, literally demonstrate what we value most. So if you say you're going to keep doing something and you don't do it, it's because you don't value it. And if he really valued learning to invest and learning to build wealth and learning to trade, he'd be doing it by now, because 10 years is a long time. 10 years is a very, very long time. So you need actions. But the most important thing here, the most important take home, is you don't mistake listening to a podcast or reading a book or liking a motivational quote and sharing a motivational video as progress. That's not progress in your journey. Now, there's arguably, you can read a book to learn something to get you to the next step, but just immersing yourself in podcasts and videos and all that kind of stuff, thinking that it's actually getting you towards where you want to go, it isn't. All it is noise. And the only thing that's going to get you to where you want to go is your actions, as Sandra just said, right? You have to take actions. You have to take actions. Yeah, and that's absolutely right. So listening to a podcast, reading a book, liking a quote, that's not progress in your journey. It might be an affirmation and support your journey, but it's not progress. And there's a big difference between that. For instance, listening to my podcast won't make you a profitable investor or a trader. Listening to Akil's trading coach podcast won't make you a profitable trader. Reading a motivational quote will not make you financially free or make you even necessarily give you motivation a lot of the time. So when I see people in this position, I see that deep down, their values just aren't what they're saying they are. And sometimes it's sad because, you know, what they're really, you know, it's sad because they're literally bashing themselves up about something that they think they should be doing rather than doing really what they really want to do, which is essentially what this show's about, Always Free's about. That's the principles of Always Free. Doing what you want to do, being able to do it anywhere, being able to make a living and pay for the experiences that you want for you and your loved ones doing that. And if you're trying to tell yourself that you want to do something that you feel like you should be doing, you really haven't got much of a chance of getting there and achieving it because it's not important to you. Applying your info on your podcast will make you move forward in your journey. Absolutely. It all comes down to actions, actions, actions. right? Applying, doing the work, taking the information. Someone said knowledge is power, right? Knowledge is power is the biggest lie, because knowledge isn't power. It's only power if you take what you learn and you apply what you learn, or you share what you learn to make more money and make more progress. Other than that, knowledge is just a complete waste of headspace if you're not going to do anything with it. So if you want to be financially free, right, you need to actually take action. You need to take action. And what I mean by that is you need to take steps every day to move towards and closer towards that goal. And those steps have to be measurable. They have to be measurable. So you want a step-by-step process to follow that ensures that you're making progress, moving forward towards your ideal life, or whatever it is your goal that you've got. And if you don't have a step-by-step process that you're working on every single day, and you're not actually working on it every day, you're not making progress. And what you're usually doing is filling your time with activity to mask like you are actually making progress, because you're immersed in that world, but you're not actually making progress. So you need to be aware of this. You need to snap out of it, because it can be the difference between wasting a lot of time, going down a road of, oh, I feel like I'm making progress. I've just spent 6 months just like reading a couple of books, listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos. You haven't actually made any progress. There's no progress there. So you need to be aware of that. Now, I want to give you some ideas of what's measurable. So some kind of ideas of what you can write down as to how you measure your progress, and have a kind of self-review check as you go through these building wealth or financial freedom journey, for instance, is let's start at the beginning. So grab a pen and paper, and I'll give you some pointers that you can write down now that you can start measuring. And I'm not going to go too in detail, but I'm going to give you maybe 10 things that you can write down. Sandra says, next step, start TOF and it will change your life forever. Amazing. It really will. It really will. Okay, so look, here's step one. How much debt do you have? There's something that's measurable, very easy. How much debt do you have? And that is an ongoing thing that you can check and make sure that you're making progress on if you're paying it off, or going backwards on if you start taking on debt. And then is it cash flow producing debt, or is it bad debt? And if it's bad debt, it's reducing your progress. If it's good cash flow producing debt, that's good progress. TOF is working for me too, says Chris. Amazing. I haven't met anyone yet what TOF hasn't worked for, so amazing. I'm really glad to hear that. Good strike rate. Hello, bunker. All right, so how much debt have you got? Next thing you can measure, what are your living expenses? Okay, because we know we want to be controlling our living expenses or reducing them down. How much are your living expenses? Track that, measure that on a monthly basis, or at least a biannual basis. Next thing, how much are you saving? That is a progress. That is something you take action on, and you can increase and increase and increase. How much are you saving? You want to increase that, you want to measure it, and that's something you can use to gauge progress. Next thing, what is your average interest on the savings? So whatever you're saving, what interest are you getting on the savings? Or what yield are you returning on those savings? The next thing is, what is the average, another thing that's measurable that can make progress, and I know a lot of people that have done this, is what's the average inflation rate? Some people move countries because the average inflation rate is lower, and that's something they want to track. I'm working with a company right now where 2 of the guys live abroad because of that reason. They want to reduce their inflation rate. They want a lower inflation rate. Taxes, that's another thing. What tax are you paying? That's another thing that's measurable and something that makes you see the progress. If you can reduce your tax bill, you're doing well at getting creative over how to legally pay the minimal tax that you need to pay, which is what everyone wants to do. The next thing, how many investments do I have in stocks? How many investments do I have in medium cap stocks or large cap stocks? How much do I have invested into more speculative investments? And what are they? And how much capital do I have in them? Right? If you're tracking these, and then look, let's just say that you're still learning in an early stage. Even if you're tracking these, every month you're going to go none, 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 none. And that's going to make you feel like, I need to make progress. I need to be investing more money into this, so I need to ramp this up a little bit. I need to learn a bit quicker. I need to learn faster, and that will make you have progress, right? That's how it works. Another thing is, how much is my income growing by, or how much has my income grown by? How many automations have I got on my banking and my personal finances? Have I got them all? You know, have I got one? Have I got two? Have I got three? Have I got four? How many automations can I set up, and how many have I got? That's something that's measurable. How much am I spending on self-development? That's another one that's measurable. How much have I learned? Like how much knowledge have I gained? That's another measurable that could be progress. As I said, if you're learning something to get you to somewhere, then great. But there's a fine line there, and it's learning to make progress or learning just to immerse yourself in noise. There's a big difference. There's lots of books that are about the kind of the what and the why, but they don't teach you the how. And if you're just learning about what and why all the time, you're not going to learn much. A great example of this is Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas is a phenomenal book on trading, but it won't teach you how to trade, and it won't even, all it will do is help you heal wounds as a trader. And it's one of those books that you read once you've been trading for a while and you've gone through those pain points so that you can understand it. If you're reading that to learn and make progress, you won't. So you might think, oh, I've just read this. Yeah, I'm reading Trading in the Zone at the moment. That doesn't mean you're making progress in your trading at all, right? Another thing is, it is a great book. It is an amazing book. It's one of my favorites. Next thing is, how much have I applied, right? How much, what I've learned, how much have I applied? That is an overall metric of how much progress you're making, right? And then to which degree could I ramp everything up next month? That's a great question that you ask yourself at the end of any self-review. What degree can I ramp everything up next month? And you keep moving and moving and moving towards your goals. And you use these measurable, trackable metrics that will definitely improve your situation. So the message is, don't mistake activity for productivity and progress. Okay, think of building wealth like a relationship, a partnership. If you don't value your relationship or partnership, it will deteriorate and you'll end up losing it and you'll have to start all over again. And people who don't value wealth building end up depreciating money and therefore losing it and starting all over again. And we see this in wealth building all the time, goes round in circles, round in circles, round in circles. And we don't want that to happen to you. So with wealth building, you don't have time for that. The sooner you start, and the sooner you start measuring these things, and the sooner you are actively aware and working on making progress, true progress, the quicker you're going to become financially free. And it's as simple as that. So that is the rant for the week. That just leaves competition time. And competition time, going to give away some always free goodies. And the way that you win at competition time is be here now during competition time. Be typing in the chat. Take a picture of this, screenshot it and post it on social media right now and tag me in it. Okay, you can do that. And you can go and tag me in that and you'll be in with a chance to win next week on the competition time. But this week we've selected a winner from last week, and the winner is Dan Black. So well done, Dan Black. He was here commenting, sharing the love of Always Free. So reach out to admin@graystone.education and we'll be sending you some goodies in the post. Francis says the only thing you don't need to work on to gain is your weight. Very, very true. So that's it for another week, guys. Important topic. I just wanted to reset the mind there for a little bit. Whatever it is you do at the weekend, have a good one. Remember, it's Black Friday and we are offering some fantastic deal on Toff this weekend. You have to be inside the Facebook group. So get inside the Facebook group. You can go to tearsoffreedom.com/mastermind. Reach out to Toff Buddy or Eleanor and she'll hook you up. And until then, have a great rest of your day and weekend, and I will see you then.